We are live here from Atlantic City for Game 2 of today's doubleheader between the Atlantic Cape Community College Buccaneers and the Brookdale Community College Jersey Blues. Hello again, everybody. I am Vin Ebenu. Thanks for joining us here on BFA Sports. Sunday afternoon, a beautiful day for baseball. Brookdale won Game 1 of today's doubleheader by a score of 5-1. Eduardo Tinoco out there to pitch game number 2 for Atlantic Cape. Take you through some notes from game 1 real quick. So Brookdale winning game 1. Darius Troche hit a solo home run to lead off the second inning off in the left center, off the scoreboard in left center, excuse me. Christian Bauman doubled that inning, RBI single by Serrano, and then Brookdale was held scoreless until the 7th inning. It's a double, 2-run home run, a single, RBI single for Brookdale. They just kind of added on some insurance runs in the 7th inning there and really shut down the Atlantic Cape offense as well, thanks to Rob Salvatore, who pitched a complete game. Just a couple Brookdale errors helped get a couple of the Atlantic Cape players on the field. But just 3 hits for Atlantic Cape in game number 1. Take a look at things for game number 2 now. Give you the Brookdale starting lineup. Similar to game 1, it'll be Nick Lavarco leading off, Marcus Johnson second, Joe Lamangino third. Middle of the order, Darius Troche, Ryan Cole, John Wade. Bottom of the order, Christian Bauman, Caleb Carter, and Nick Colbert. So a couple of changes to the Brookdale lineup. Going up against Eduardo Tinoco, who's finished up his warm-up pitches. Give you the Atlantic Cape defense in a minute. And we are underway here in Game 2. And duck out of the way did Nick Lavarco. And first pitch from Tinoco. The 1-0. There's the strike. And 1-1 now on the Brookdale right fielder. For Atlantic Cape in the outfield, it's Ian Provenzano in left, Kevin Foreman in center, Trace Warner in right. Cookie cutter from game 1. Pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs from Tinoco. It's 2-1. In the infield for the Buccaneers, Davey Suarez at third base, Luis Sari at shortstop, Andrew Baldino at second, and Ethan Corsi playing first base here in game 2. That pitch catches the outside corner from Tinoco. It's 2-2. John Dempsey playing this game. He'll be the DH. Javi Vega getting game 2 off. Gabe Solinsky doing the catching again here in game number 2 for Atlantic Cape. The 2-2. Fastball outside from Tinoco. It's a full count on the leadoff man, Lavarco. The 3-2. Breaking ball in there for strike 3. Nasty movement from Tinoco. And there's one away here in the first. Just some wicked movement there by Eduardo Tinoco. Froze Lavarco there. Here's Marcus Johnson playing left field for Brookdale again here in game number 2. And the pitch outside, and the count 1-0. In game 1, Marcus Johnson 1 for 3, had a single in the 6th inning, and ground out and a pop-up prior to that. Pitch outside, and the count 2-0. Remy Welts, who pitched game 1 for Atlantic Cape, had navigated through the top of the order okay. There's a strike. Against Brookdale, it was really the middle of the order and even the bottom of the order that did the damage against Remy Welts. Gave up 4 of the 5 runs in 6+ innings of work. And that pitch outside goes to the backstop. 3-1 on Johnson. He really did shut down Brookdale's offense, though, after the 2nd inning. Had a 1-2-3 first, and then a couple that followed the 2nd inning. and then started to run out of gas in the 7th, replaced by Danny DeMarco, who ended up closing out the game on the Atlantic Cape side of things. And Johnson's going to take a walk back to the plate. Thought it was ball 4, instead it's strike 2 and a full count on him. Meanwhile, on the other side, Rob Salvatore for Brookdale, pitched a pretty good game. That one driven into center field. Foreman toward the warning track and makes the catch mid-stride, and there are 2 away. Foreman, an outstanding center fielder, which has a good read on just about any fly ball hit anywhere, knows exactly where to play out there in the outfield. Typically does play a little back. He's got plenty of speed to make up for anything that comes in front of him. Made a nice running catch, running toward the infield. That one just slipped out of the hand of Tinoco. Just a breaking ball with a lot of extra movement on it. So when a fly ball's hit out to center, left center, right center, you feel pretty good about the chances of Foreman going and catching that one. The 1-0. There's a strike. Joe Lamangino. Buccaneers have a pretty good outfield altogether. Foreman traditionally out there in center, Trace Warner in right, and then either Ian Provenzano, which is the case in both games today, or Javi Vega out there on left. Both play a good left field, good arms. 2-1 the count on the Brookdale shortstop. Breaking ball hits him in the back, and Lamangino's aboard with 2 away here in the first. Tinoco's missed a couple times so far in this first inning, just looking for the grip on his pitches, that curveball, that slider. He's got the location he's looking for, or that he intends to get, but he just has a hard time getting there because of that grip and that location. Sort of had a delayed or lower arm angle on that last pitch there, fastball away. Sort of from almost a 3/4 angle. 1-0 on Darius Troche, throw over to first. Excuse me, Ethan Corsi played first base here in game number 2. The pitch. There's a strike from Tinoco, outside corner to Troche. The pitch outside. Tinoco fell off the rubber again on that one. Good block by Gabe Selinsky behind the plate. Tinoco trying to find his footing off the rubber and his grip when he's thrown his breaking pitches so far, and no damage done at this point. Pitch outside again to Troche. Since he hit that home run in the second inning of game 1, Atlantic Cape pitchers have been very careful with the cleanup hitter. Runner goes, and it's all a moot point as Troche works a 2-out walk. Lamangino slid, and his efforts rewarded as he's granted second base. He was going on the pitch. So a strikeout, a flyout, a hit by pitch, and a walk so far here in the top of the first. Runners on first and second. Here's Ryan Cole. Had a pretty nice game 1 as well, playing first base here in game 2. Inside fastball. Cole in game 1 had a double, a single, and a pop-up. He went 2 for 3. And here's the 1-0. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate. It's 1-1. First and second, 2 outs. Just getting going here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Brookdale winning game 1 of the doubleheader, 5-1. Home runs by Troche and Wade helped in that effort. That breaking ball misses inside. That combined with the RBI single from Nick Lavarco in the 7th inning, along with that Wade home run, gave Brookdale the 5-0 lead at that point. Atlantic Cape added a run in the bottom half to get on the board, but could not do much more. It's 3 hits. They had 6 base runners. Brookdale committed 3 errors in the inning, or in the game, rather, but came away unscathed. Pitch. Driven into center field. Foreman on his heels, heads towards the warning track and makes the catch. And that'll do it here in the first. The Jersey Blues threaten, but that's it. It is scoreless as the Buccaneers come to bat for the first time here in Game 2 right after this. Bottom of the first inning here at Surf Stadium in Atlantic City. Vin Avenue with you. No score yet. Bottom of the first, it's Ryan Lasko pitching for Brookdale here in game number 2. Giving his warm-ups there. Take a look at the Atlantic Cape starting lineup here. Similar in some sense to Game 1's lineup. It'll be Andrew Baldino leading things off, followed by Kevin Foreman, Luis Sari, Gabe Zielinski, Trace Warner, John Dempsey doing the DHing, and then Davey Suarez, Ethan Corsi at first, Ian Provenzano rounding out the order for Atlantic Cape. Check out the Brookdale defense. Go in the outfield first. Marcus Johnson in left, Christian Bauman in center, and Nick Lavarco over and right. In the infield, Caleb Carter at third, Joe Lamangino at shortstop, Nick Colbert at second, Ryan Cole at first base, and Darius Troche doing the catching again for Brookdale here in game number 2. Ryan Lasko finishes up his warm-ups. Now ready to deal with the Atlantic Cape starting lineup. First pitch to Baldino is in there for strike 1. Fastball outside corner, and it's 0-1. Offense was shut down pretty much for Atlantic Cape in game number 1. That pitch outside in the dirt. As mentioned, Baldino 1 for 3, had a single in the third, sandwiched between a couple of ground outs. And the pitch in there for a strike. Same top of the order here. This has been the case for pretty much most of the season for Atlantic Cape. It's the way they want to roll out the lineup. Speed and a little bit of pop and power. That pitch up high pops the mitt of Darius Troche. Baldino looking to ignite the Buccaneers offense early here in game 2. Pitch. Driven into center field. And will it drop? No! A nice catch on the run by the second baseman, Colbert. Check it out on the replay. Baldino thought he had a leadoff single. Skied in the air, fell into the Bermuda Triangle, but Colbert prevents the single and ran into Lamangino, so fortunately no injury there on the near collision in center field. But a nice play to start things out defensively for Brookdale here in the bottom of the first. Here's Kevin Foreman. And Lasko deals a strike. And and starts Foreman off 0-1. Foreman reached on an E6 in the first inning last game, stole a base, then grounded out in the third, walked in the sixth, so he reached base a couple times, but never played it, and he swings and tips that fastball into the mid of Troche. Brookdale playing back on the infield defense. That one doesn't matter. It's through the hole. So a one-out single for Kevin Foreman. And 1 on, 1 out here. Foreman, of course, always a threat to go. Nice piece of hitting there to get him aboard and get the Buccaneers offense started here in the first. Here's Louis Sorry. Sorry, popped out, grounded into a double play. In between that, though, he had a single, stolen base, and some heads-up base running that got him on third. That one grounded to third. Tough hop there, and everybody will be safe, as that one was rocketed to third and couldn't come up with it. Was Hunter Serrano. So now in the game, it was Carter over at third to begin with. In the original starting lineup, another last-minute change there for Brookdale. So 2 on here for Atlantic Cape. And that one misses. Foreman on second base now. Sorry aboard at first on the E5 by Serrano. Here's Gabe Solinsky. A couple of really tough flyouts last game. Pitch. That one a little bit low. In his first at-bat, Solinsky drove a ball deep to left field. And then at the last minute, a curved foul. Instead of being a solo home run for him, he ended up flying out to right and then flew out to shallow left center in his next at-bat. So he's putting the bat on the ball, just hasn't found the spot yet. There's a strike. RBI opportunity for him here in the bottom of the first of Game 2. Lasco checks on Foreman, now deals. That one misses outside. Good block by Troche. 2-1 on Solinsky. Foreman off of second. Sorry off of first. 1 out. Throw to second to get Foreman, and he's back safe. When Foreman's on the bases, he gets the attention of every pitcher and catcher and infielder. He's got a great lead, very fast. He runs the bases extremely well. Pitch. There's a strike on Solinsky. Didn't like it, but nice pitch on the inner half from Lasco. Lasco looks in for the sign, gets what he wants from Troche. Runners lead, first and second. That one tipped foul behind the plate. And Solinsky stays alive by spoiling a pitch. Atlantic Cape split a doubleheader yesterday with Ocean County College up in Toms River. After meeting here at Surf Stadium Friday afternoon, the game ended up getting canceled due to field conditions and the threat of rain. Pitch. Low, ball 4, and Solinsky walks to load the bases. Sorry over to second, Foreman over to third, and bases loaded for Trace Warner with 1 away. Big RBI opportunity for the Buccaneers right fielder in the early going after the Bucs just scraped across 1 run in Game 1. Warner had a double, scored a run, strikeout, and a pop-out in Game 1, and kind of an excuse-me swing there for strike 1 as it goes back to the screen. John Dempsey, the designated hitter in Game 2, played first base in Game 1. He's up next. Double play depth for Brookdale. Pitch. Ground ball to short. Throw to second one. On to first. Double play. And that'll do it. Like it happened before Foreman touched the plate, so no run. Check it out on the replay here. And score close to get Warner. That's it. We go to the second here on BFA Sports. Top of the second inning here at Surf Stadium in Atlantic City. Game 2 of a doubleheader between Brookdale Community College and Atlantic Cape Community College. I am Vin Abenu. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon on BFA Sports. Brookdale winning Game 1 of today's doubleheader 5-1. Scoreless here in Game 2. John Wade, Christian Bauman starting things off for Brookdale here in the second inning, and a strike there from Tinoco, who got into and out of a little bit of trouble in the first inning. John Wade homered in the 7th inning of Game 1, a big 2-run home run that knocked out Remy Wiltz in the 7th. Breaking ball there, catches the outside corner. It's 0-2. He's got a powerful bat there, and he was sitting dead red on that fastball that he homered to the left. The 0-2, breaking ball outside, 1-2. Now the 1-2. Driven to left field. Just hard hit off the bat of Wade. And into left field for a leadoff single here in the second. He hits him square when he connects. It's a nice piece of hitting from John Wade, the Brookdale designated hitter. And off to a 1-for-1 start here in Game 2. Here's Christian Bauman. Now, Caleb Carter, who was in the original starting lineup for Game 2, ended up getting replaced going into the game by Hunter Serrano, who is up next. That one swung on and tipped at the mid. It looks like it got a piece of Gabe Solinsky behind the plate. And the home plate umpire is going to give Solinsky some time to stretch and move around there. Look like it hit him off the knee area, off the guard, but still hurting. So, umpire will give the ball back to Tinoco while Solinsky shakes it off. And we're ready to go. Tinoco gives Wade a look. Now ready for Bauman. Driven down the right field line and curving foul. Just out in front was Bauman, flirting with a 2-run home run. Sitting dead red on a pitch right down the middle from Tinoco. Wade leads off first after the leadoff single to start things in the second. The 0-2 driven again down the right field line. Flirting with the foul pole, and goodbye! Succeeds on the next pitch. A 2-run home run for Christian Bauman, and Brookdale's on the board. They strike first again here in Game 2. They lead 2-0. Nice piece of hitting by the Brookdale center fielder. Taking a pitch. Check it out on the replay here. Tanoka was set up outside. That pitch hung right down the middle. Fastball up. Zielinski wanted it away, and it ends up off the netting beyond the right field wall. And a meeting on the mound here with Coach Ball and his right-hander. Calming down Eduardo Tinoco. He's missed with some locations here in the early going. Brookdale getting some action going in their bullpen. Just a couple players throwing there. Nobody in the Atlantic Cape bullpen. This is just a breather for Eduardo Tinoco. So Brookdale showing the power here. 2 home runs in Game 1. And one to start things off. Second inning, Game 2. Base is empty. Here's Hunter Serrano playing third base. Breaking ball hits him in the back. And Serrano aboard. Not on purpose, of course. Tinoco just has had some struggles, some trouble with finding his command here in the early going. Losing his footing at some times and having a hard time gripping some of his breaking pitches. And just hung a pitch a moment ago to Christian Bauman, who deposited the pitch past the right field wall. Swing and a miss. Power to fastball by Colbert for strike 1. So 1 on, nobody out here in the second inning. And the pitch. Showing bunt successful, called foul. Bounced off the plates as home plate umpire, so it'll be strike 2 on Colbert. Oh, and 2 on Colbert. And the pitch. Chopped to first. Of course he's got it. Throws to second, wide and into left field. Picked up by Provenzano, and he boots it. Now rounding third and heading home is Serrano. Sorry, holds on to it. It's 3-0 Brookdale. And a couple errors on that play, and then Colbert ends up on second. So an E3 allows Serrano to score. Colbert on second. Still nobody out. Top of the order now. Here's Nick Lavarco. Tinoco. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate. Lavarco struck out looking in the first. And the pitch. Skied high, foul beyond the plate. Looks like it's heading towards the roof. Beyond our view here. We got a camera guy, Charles, waiting for it to see if it comes off the roof. We got you, Charles. Oh, and 2 on Lavarco. Pitch. Called strike 3. Lavarco down looking. Caught the outside part of the plate. Lavarco thought it may have been a ball, but he's down looking for the second time. And that's the first out of the top of the second, a big one for Eduardo Tinoco. And Gabe Zielinski going out to the mound to have a word with him as Marcus Johnson steps up to the plate with a runner on second. That's Colbert. A 2-run home run and a back-to-back errors and a big misplay off the bat of Colbert, who hit a ground ball in the infield and ended up on second base as the ball was thrown into left. Johnson flew out to center field in his first at-bat. Pitch. Bunts it and foul. So Colbert will have to run back to second base there. He was almost at third when that bunt hit the ground, so he's pretty fast. Unsuccessful bunt attempt by Marcus Johnson. Infield in at the corners for Atlanta Cape. Tinoco giving an eye on Colbert. Deals here. Breaking ball spins outside to Johnson. One on, one out here in the top of the second. Game 2 of a doubleheader today. And the 1-1. High pop-up. Shallow right. Baldino's got it. He's calling everybody off. And makes the catch for out number 2. And a big out there as well. So Colbert stays put at second base. 2 away. Here is Joe Lamangino, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Tinoco got into and out of trouble in that first after recording 2 outs. Hit Lamangino, walked Troche, and then got called a fly out. 3 runs across for Brookdale in the second inning as Lamangino looks at a strike. Colbert leads off the second, 2 away. That one dances outside. Fastball misses 1-1. Troche up next. He's got some of his catcher's gear on. 2 outs here in the second. Tinoco gives Colbert a look. Now deals. That one chopped foul by Lamangino at the plate. And the count 1-2. Colbert eager to run there. He's going off on every pitch, contact. Single does certainly score Colbert. Brookdale has already put up 3 here in the second. They won game 1 5-1. Pitch. Hit foul off the screen behind the plate, stays 1-2. Brookdale scored 2 runs in the second inning of game 1. And then 3 more in the 7th to add some insurance. They've added 3 in the second inning of game 2. Pitch number 21 of the inning coming from Tinoco. Pitch. Hit foul off the screen and back behind the plate. Did that once or twice in game 1 too, where it sort of hit off the top of the screen behind the plate and ended up going back towards the field of play instead of into the seats. Once again, the 1-2 to Lamangino. Tinoco delivers, breaking ball misses behind the back of Lamangino, and it's 2-2. Tinoco trying to limit the damage here to 3 runs. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Pitch. Fastball misses outside from Tinoco, and the count's full on the Jersey Blues shortstop. Colbert out to a lead there at second base, not being held on. Baldino walking a little bit there towards second base. Waiting for a possible pickoff play. Doesn't come. High pop-up in shallow left field. Sorry, going back, fighting the sun, and makes the catch. And that'll do it. Brookdale gets 3 runs, including on the 2-run home run from Christian Bauman. They lead 3-0. We go to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second inning here at Surf Stadium in Atlantic City. Brookdale scoring 3 runs in the top of the second. Buccaneers will try to answer back here. It'll be John Dempsey, Davey Suarez, and Ethan Corsi. First at bats for each. Dempsey doing the DH duties here in Game 2. He played first base in Game number 1. And Lasco deals that one, an chopper toward the Atlantic Cape dugout. It's quickly 0-2 on Dempsey. Lasco just 14 pitches in that first inning. Dempsey had a couple flyouts, and that one grounded up the middle, through for a base hit in Game 1. He's got a single here in Game 2. So leadoff man aboard here in the second inning. That'll bring up Davey Suarez, the third baseman for Atlantic Cape again here in Game 2. Suarez 0 for 3 in Game 1. And the pitch from Lasco is in there for strike 1. Lasco looking in for the sign. Gets what he wants from Troche. Pitch. Misses outside to the Buccaneers' third baseman. Buccaneers just scored 1 run in Game 1. It was in the 7th inning, and that made it 5-1 at that point. That one's a little bit low. Just 3 hits in Game 1. And we got 2 so far here in Game 2 against some pretty good Brookdale pitching. Dempsey leading off at first, the 2-1 count. Pitch inside, and it's 3-1 now on Suarez. Ethan Corsi waiting on deck. Pitch. There's a strike, and now it's a full count on Suarez. Buccaneers looking for something to get started offensively. That one hit foul off the screen. They got a few guys on in Game 1. They just couldn't get him really past second base. Only Foreman and Sari touched up on second, and Sari got all the way to third on an errant throw trying to catch him stealing at second. 3-2. Fouled off by Suarez to stay alive. It's Salvatore for Brookdale, who ended up going all 7 innings in Game 1. Able to dominate the Atlantic Cape bats. Lasco looking to do that here in Game 2. 3-2. Outside, ball 4, and Suarez works a walk following the single by Dempsey, who will head down to second base. Here's Ethan Corsi. Did not play in Game 1. Getting an opportunity here in Game number 2, and an RBI opportunity here for him as well, with 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Pitch from Lasco, swung on and missed on a nasty breaking ball that dove down to 6 o'clock in its own 1. Ian Provenzano on deck for Atlantic Cape. There's the 0-1 to the Buccaneers' first baseman, and it's a little bit low and away, 1-1. Dempsey leads off of second base, and Suarez off of first. Pitch. Just misses from Lasco. Had the plate, but just a little bit low. And now it's 2-1. Brookdale defense playing back, now holding the runners. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Just a breaking ball that knuckled in on the hands of Corsi. It's 2-2. Just out in front. He was looking for a fastball there. Pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Corsi down. Can't advance to first as it's occupied, and there's one away. So Dempsey stays put at second base, Suarez at first. Here's Ian Provenzano. In game 1, Provenzano had a single, was caught stealing, reached on an error, and struck out. Opportunity to get something going for the Buccos here in game 2. Count 1-0 now on the Buccaneers left fielder. Runner in scoring position for the Buccaneers. Dempsey looking to come home. Pitch hit foul toward the sweet level down the third base side. Provenzano out in front of the offering from Lasco. Throw to second to check on Dempsey. He's back safely. Lomangino coming behind the runner there to get the throw over from Lasco, who does it again, and this one dribbles into center field, but backing up nicely there is Colbert. That's 2 throwovers now to check on Dempsey. Third throwover would have to get him, or Dempsey would be able to advance over to third. Lasco, even a look at Dempsey, now delivers. Pitch. Hit to shortstop. Dempsey's got to get back, and he does so just in the nick of time before Colbert can get over to second base. Just a nice busy who's trying to go to left field. Nice toss by Lomangino, but Colbert didn't get there in time, so Dempsey able to stay aboard. So 2 away, back to the top of the order now with Andrew Baldino, who flew out to second base in Colbert in his first at bat. That one swung on and missed. A pitch low in the zone. And Baldino out in front, it's 0-1. This is some of the trend that happened for Atlantic Cape in game 1. They were able to get 1, maybe 2 guys on, but couldn't bring them in. Pitch misses outside, 1-1. Except for the one instance in the bottom of the 7th of game 1 to get them on the board in the 5-1 defeat. Atlantic Cape trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd of game 2. Pitch swung on and chopped foul by Baldino. It's 1-2. 2 7-inning contest. Atlantic Cape split a doubleheader yesterday with Ocean County College up in Toms River. Game Friday was canceled about 15 minutes before it was set to go off due to field conditions and possible rain chances. Called, strike 3. And Baldino down looking. The Buccaneers threaten again, but they can't plate the run. It's 3-0 Brookdale. Check it out on the replay as we go to break. 3rd inning coming up. We go to the 3rd inning. 3-0 Brookdale. 2-run home run by Christian Bauman in the 2nd inning. And Later followed up. Hit by pitch, and Colbert reaching on an error that allowed Hunter Serrano to score. This inning will be Darius Troche, Ryan Cole, John Wade. Pitch outside from Tinoco to get things going. Troche walked in his first trip to the plate. Tinoco deals. Up and away, 2-0. Like I said in his last at bat, Atlantic Cape pitchers, namely Remy Wells and Eduardo Tinoco, Danny DeMarco finished out the game last inning. Been very careful with Darius Troche, who hits it up the middle for a base hit. So the Brookdale catcher aboard with a single to start things in the third. And that'll bring up Ryan Cole, flew out to center field in the first. John Wade, who hit a 2-run home run in the 7th inning of Game 1, is on deck. Throw over to first, and getting back safely ahead of the tag is Troche. Now Tinoco turns his attention to Cole, who rips one down the left field line and foul. And towards the Buccaneers bullpen, it looked like DeMarco, who was warming up, had to get out of the way of that one. Just a scalding line drive off the bat of Ryan Cole. Troche leads off of first, the man aboard with the leadoff single. And Tinoco trying to get a double play here, throws over to first. Back safe is Troche. And that one in the dirt. Good block by Gabe Solinsky. Now, Tinoco's already thrown over twice to check on Troche over there at first. Here's the 2-1. Upstairs to Cole. Brookdale's offense came alive in Game 1. They won 5-1. Up 3-0 here. Ground ball to short. Sorry. Throws the second one. Baldino to first. Good stretch by Corsi. And they get the double play. A much-needed double play turn by the Atlantic Cape infield. Check it out on the replay there. Cole just chopped it to short. Nice play by Sorry. And quickly, Baldino the throw. An impressive stretch by Corsi over there at first base to just get Cole. Buccaneers play nice defense today. Pitch is outside corner. It turns out to Wade. Wade singled and later scored in the second inning. And as mentioned, had that big 2-run home run in the 7th inning of Game 1. It provided the extra boost of insurance for the Jersey Blues. Atlantic Cape shifting on Wade. They've got 3 infielders on the right side. Check the left side, and that one spins Wade around. Suarez playing about 5 steps from the third baseline. Sorry, about 10 feet to his left, and Baldino on the other side of second base, playing in center field. So the wide open hole on the right side of the infield for Wade, who looks at a ball in the dirt. Ethan Corsi, the only one on the right side of the infield. See Baldino there on your screen is to the right or left of second base, depending on your vantage point. Pitch. Outside corner again, just sneaking there was Tinoco. And the count 2-2 on John Wade. Outfield shifting as well. Provenzano playing a little bit towards the line. In left, about 10 feet, 10-15 feet. Foreman back out in center, too. That one hit towards first base side, right field out of play. Into the seats. Atlantic Cape normally doesn't shift. But they are here for John Wade, who has shown he is a pull hitter in both these games so far today. 2-2. Ground ball to short. Sorry, Fields throws to first, and a nice stretch by Corsi on the other end of it. And the damage is limited. No runs across after the leadoff walk to Troche. 3-0 Brookdale. We go to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third inning here at Surf Stadium in Atlantic City. Game 2 of a doubleheader between Brookdale and Atlantic Cape. Vin Abenu with you. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon on BFA Sports. Kevin Foreman, Louis Sari, and Gabe Solinsky for the Buccaneers. Here in the third against Ryan Lasko. Foreman singled in the first inning, was stranded on third base. Bases were loaded, and then Warner hit into the 6-4-3. Chopped up the middle. Nice play there by the shortstop and a scoop on the other end. Lomangino to Cole. And there's one away. Foreman retired for out number 1 on the 6-3. Here's Louis Sari, reached on an E5 in his first at bat. And that one misses outside from Lasko. Buccaneers searching for some offense. Popped up. In the infield, Colbert makes the catch, and there's 2 away. So 2 quick outs off the bats of the Atlantic Cape hitters. And that one outside to Gabe Solinsky, who walked in his first trip to the plate here in Game 2. There's a strike, second time through the order now for Ryan Lasko. Gabe Solinsky, the cleanup hitter for Atlantic Cape. And the 1-1. Catches the outside corner. It's quickly 1-2. Bases empty, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. 2 hits so far for the Buccaneers. Skied in the air into right. Coming over to make the catch. And drops it in right field. Lavarco drops it. Solinsky on his way to second. Safe is the call. Solinsky ended up oversliding the bag and able to keep his foot on, it appears, as Lomangino applied the tag. Check out the replay, just kind of hit it into right. And it looked like a can of corn, and just dropping it, took his eyes off the ball was Lavarco. And Gabe Selinsky heads up base running, getting into second. Did he stay on the bag? Oh, the swim slide move. That was close. That was close. Selinsky now on second with two away. Here's Warner, who hits it foul toward the Brookdale dugout. So Selinsky aboard on the E9 by Lavarco. Infield playing back for Brookdale. Warner hit into a 6-4-3 double play to end the first inning. Driven in the air to center. And coming underneath to make the catch is Bauman. And that'll do it for the Buccaneers here in the third. They get a man aboard, and that's it. We go to the fourth, 3-0 Brookdale. We go to the top of the fourth inning here at Surf Stadium in Atlantic City. 3-0 Brookdale. And part of that was because of Christian Bauman, who hit a two-run home run in the second inning. He leads things off here in the fourth. And then an error led to another run later in the inning. That one driven, smoked down the right field line. Foul. It was a busy second inning again here in Game 2 like it was in Game number 1 for Brookdale. Started out with a single by Wade, a Bauman two-run home run, a hit by pitch to Serrano. Colbert reached on an E3 and a throwing error into left field that allowed Serrano to score. And then 3 straight outs made by Brookdale. And just a walk in the third given up by Tinoco, double play, and then another ground ball. That one misses outside to Bauman. So Brookdale bats came alive as they turned the lineup over into the second time around for the second consecutive game here today. Tinoco misses inside to Bauman, and looks like he was able to get out of the way of that one. Remy Welts ended up recovering after giving up 2 in that second inning of Game 1, and then gave up a 2-run home run to Wade in the top of the 7th inning to make it 4-0, and Brookdale added 1 more in Game 1 to make it 5, and 1-5-1. Pitch. Smoked again off the railing of the Brookdale dugout there. 2-2 the count now on the Brookdale center fielder. Bauman fouled one off down the right field line. And then on the very next pitch, hit one fair over the wall and right. That one scooped by Selinsky. And a full count now on Bauman. Just sat dead red, knew exactly what was coming, looked for the same pitch and had another shot at it. And hit a home run to right. 3-2. Hit foul to stay alive by Bauman behind the plate. Welts ended up going 6+ in game one, and then Danny DeMarco came on in relief, gave up 1 run, and ended up getting the 3 outs needed for Atlantic Cape in the 7th inning. Meanwhile, on the other side, Rob Salvatore went the complete game, 7 innings for Brookdale. Pitch way outside, and Bauman walks. So leadoff man aboard here in the 4th inning. Here is Hunter Serrano. Is hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning on the first pitch that followed the Bauman home run. Serrano, again, as mentioned, came around to score. Here's the pitch. Driven in the air to center. Foreman racing toward the warning track and makes the catch on the edge of the track, the beginning of the track, for out number 1. Serrano gave it a ride, but Foreman able to keep it in the yard there. That was a little bit from the fence. Wind blowing has been blowing all day towards the left center, left field area, which does make Bauman's home run back in the 2nd all the more impressive, hitting it down the line at right. Throw over to first, and Bauman back safely. And whether it's been the wind or the sun, there's been some challenges on both sides for Atlantic Cape. Another throw over, and Bauman back safe for Buccaneers fielders and for Jersey Blues fielders. At short, third, left, even center. Throw over again. And that's 3 throws. So no balk at this level, or allowing him to get to second. Tanoko now turns his attention to the plate and deals low to Colbert. But it's provided a challenge where you've seen some of the fielders today have to drift a little bit to the left or to the right or backwards to catch a pop-up or a fly ball. 1-0 and 2-0 now on the Brookdale second baseman. Reached on an error, grounded out. And then Corsi was trying to throw to second to get the get a possible double play started, and the throw went into left field, and Provenzano bobbled. That one swung on a miss by Colbert. It's 2-1, and that allowed Serrano to get from second to home and score. Tanaka in a little bit of trouble again here in the 4th. Here's the 2-1. Runner goes. Throw down to second by Solinsky. Wide of the bag. It goes to Baldino. Wasn't covering the bag, but was providing backup and prevented the ball from going into center field. So a stolen base for Christian Bauman. And Brookdale's got another man in scoring position. It'll be a 3-1. Hit to Baldino at second. Throw over to first, and that's out number 2 as Bauman advances to third. Back to the top of the order now for Brookdale, and it's Nick Lavarco, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, both looking so far in this game against Eduardo Tadoko. The only one who hasn't put the ball in play yet for Brookdale in the second game. That one's a little bit low. Runner on third, 2 away. Brookdale scored 3 in the second, and they lead 3-0. Pitch. Skied high in the air, drifting foul and out of play. As a couple Buccaneers gave it a look before it went to the seats. And the count 1-1 on the Brookdale right fielder. Some action starting to get going now for Atlantic Cape in their bullpen. It looks like Danny DeMarco pitch. A little check swing, and he went around. Called strike on Lavarco. It's 1-2. See how far Tinoco goes. It may depend on how this inning goes. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he gets Lavarco to end the inning. So Brookdale threatens again here in the fourth, but that's all. It is still 3-0 Jersey Blues as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth inning here at Surf Stadium in Atlantic City. Vin Abenu with you. Thanks for joining all of us here on BFA Sports. 3-0 Brookdale, bottom of the fourth. John Dempsey, Davey Suarez, and Ethan Corsi for Brookdale. And that one misses inside from Ryan Lasco. Dempsey 1 for 1 on the day here in game 2 anyway, with a single in the second inning. Ended up advancing to second base. And that pitch outside 2-0. 2 hits so far for Atlantic Cape. The single by Dempsey in the second and a single by Kevin Foreman in the first. A couple errors by Brookdale allowed other Bucks to reach. That one hit foul down the third base line. So 2-1 now on the Buccaneers designated hitter. Dempsey played first in game number 1. Andrew Baldino going to retrieve that foul ball. There's strike 2 on Dempsey. As Lasco powers a fastball in the outer half. Two and two here on Dempsey. Swing and a miss. Just waves at a pitch out of the zone for out number 1 here in the fourth. And that'll bring Davey Suarez up to the plate. He walked in his first plate appearance. And Lasco gets Suarez to wave at that one, and that's something that he immediately regretted, as you could see on his face. Buccaneers just trying to get something going offensively. They've gotten a couple men aboard, just struggling to plate as Suarez hits that one foul outside of third. Nice play by Serrano, just foul though. Oh, and 2 the count on the Buccaneers' third baseman. Pitch misses outside. Fastball from Lasco. Pretty economic in his pitch count through 3 1/3 now. Swing and a miss, and he gets Suarez for out number 2. 56 pitches so far for Lasco. 2 away. And here's Ethan Corsi. Struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss. Just try to protect himself there from the fastball in the inner half, and it's 0-2. Action has stopped in the Atlantic Cape bullpen. Pitch. Just misses outside from Lasco. I wanted that one.
Nice job.
Looking to strike out the side here in the 4th. The 1-2. Misses outside again. It's 2-2. Pitch. Corsi knuckles it to first, booted there, recovered nicely by the first baseman Cole. And the Buccaneers go down 1-2-3 here in the 4th inning. 3-0 Brookdale as we go to the 5th. We go to the 5th inning here at Surf Stadium in Atlantic City. Vin Avenue with you. Thanks for joining us here on BFA Sports this afternoon. Brookdale winning game 1 of today's doubleheader 5-1. They lead 3-0 as we get things going in the 5th against Eduardo Tinoco out there for his 5th inning of work. He'll be going up against Marcus Johnson, Joe Lamancino, and Darius Troche for the Jersey Blues. Ripped down the right field line and into the seats quickly. Just scorched it, and it ripped off the back of a seat in the front row and back out onto the field. Johnson 0 for 2 with a couple of pop-ups. Fly out. And that one misses outside. Flew out to center field in the 1st. Flew out to shallow right center. It was caught by Baldino. He's 0 for 2 here in game 2. The 0-1 is outside. Last day of the season, both teams trying to figure out playoff seeding here as we find out that information in the next couple days. Favorable count here for Marcus Johnson. And Tinoco deals. Chopped foul at the plate, and like it may have gone off his foot. Tinoco looking for a quick inning here in the 5th to give his Buccaneers teammates another chance to get some runs on the board. And Johnson fouls it off again behind the plate. Joe Lamangino on deck for Brookdale. Once again, the 3-2. Hit foul behind the plate to the suite level here at Surf Stadium, and we'll do it again. Tinoco looking in for the sign. Sets. And now deals. And ball forward. What an at-bat for Marcus Johnson, working a leadoff walk here in the 5th. Patient, fouling off pitches, and gets on first. Joe Lamangino, now the hitter. He was hit by a pitch in the 1st and flew out to shallow left field, caught by Sorry back in the 2nd inning. He's looking to get something cooking here in the 5th for Brookdale. Pitch from Tinoco, skied high in the air. Tinoco calling everybody off on the mound and makes the catch for out number 1. So man aboard, 1 out. Darius Troche, the hitter. He walked in the 1st, singled in the 3rd. Hit a big 2-run home run in the 2nd inning of Game 1 earlier today to, at that point, give Brookdale a 2-0 lead. They won 5-1 in that game. They lead 3-0 here in the 5th inning of Game 2. Pitch, runner goes, wild pitch goes to the backstop, and easily into second base is Johnson. The pitch from Tinoco went behind the batter Troche, and that allowed Johnson to easily get into second without a throw. So runner in scoring position now for Brookdale here in the 5th. Tinoco checks on Johnson, now delivers. Skied in the air, or infield. Tinoco calling everybody off again. It is Solinsky, though, who makes the catch. Maybe telling Solinsky that he's got it. And he does. There are 2 away. So Johnson staying put at second base on back-to-back infield pop-ups. Here's Ryan Cole, flew out to center field in the 1st and hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 2 here in Game 2. And Tinoco 1 out away from keeping it at 3-0. Pitch. Hit foul off the netting and back out into the field, but out of play. So 0-1 the count. John Wade, the on-deck hitter, went to go retrieve that foul ball. Runner leads off second with 2 away. Tinoco gives him a look, takes a deep breath, and deals. Swing and a miss. Delivered the fastball low and in on Cole, and it's 0-2. Tinoco's labored a little bit in this game. He had obviously that big 2nd inning giving up the 3 runs, but has looked okay outside of that. He's really worked hard to get some of the outs today, though. That one chopped to 3rd. Suarez got it. Throws to 1st. Corsi had to get off the bag, but able to tag him on the way by for the final out of the inning. Nice play by Ethan Corsi, putting on a clinic over there at first base with some of the catches he's making. And that one included just a side swipe tag and gets Cole. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the fifth here in Atlantic City. Harrah's and the Borgata. It's a really beautiful view here of all the casinos in Atlantic City. On the field, it's 3-0 Brookdale as we go to the bottom of the fifth. And Ryan Lasko out there for his fifth inning of work. It'll be Ian Provenzano, top of the order, Andrew Baldino, and Kevin Foreman. Provenzano popped out to shortstop in his first at-bat. Takes a look at a strike here, and the count 0-1. 2 7-inning contest. Again, Atlantic Cape lost game 1 5-1. Struggling to find offense here today against Brookdale. Some really good Brookdale pitching to boot. Rob Salvatore, the complete game, 7 innings in game 1. Just gave up that 1 run late in the bottom of the 7th. But looked dominant, and Lasko doing more of the same here in the second game. Just 2 hits for the Buccaneers in game 2. They hit 3 in game 1. And they reached on 3 errors along there. Provenzano grounds to second. Colbert fields, and there's 1 away. Struggling to get on base, and when they do, they're struggling to move the runners around and over. So Brookdale pitching has shut down the Atlantic Cape Buccaneers today offensively. Buccaneers struggling to get anything going offensively. Here's Baldino. He's 0 for 2. Popped out to second base and struck out looking. Pops out here. First base side to foul territory, and making the catch is Cole. And there's 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Two away. Here's Kevin Foreman, singled in the first inning, and then he grounded out in the third. He's 1 for 2 in game 2. And the pitch, check swing, but it's in there for strike 1 to Foreman. No action in either bullpen. Pitch from Lasko. Chopped to second base, easy play for Colbert. And once again, the Buccaneers go down 1-2-3 against Ryan Lasko. 3-0 Brookdale as we go to the 6th. Sixth inning here in Atlantic City. Look at the windmills, the offshore wind farms here in Atlantic City. 3-0 Brookdale on the field. It'll be John Wade, Christian Bauman, and Hunter Serrano against Eduardo Tinoco out there for his 6th inning of work. There was some action in the Buccaneers bullpen a couple innings ago with DeMarco, but he has since sat down. That pitch outside to Wade. And once again, the Buccaneers putting on the shift in the infield for Wade. Singled and scored in the second. Grounded out to shortstop in the third. Hit a big 2-run home run in the 7th inning of game 1. 3 infielders on that side. Pitch outside from Tinoco. They're being very careful with John Wade. The 4- and 6-hole hitters for Brookdale. Darius Troche, John Wade have both homered. Christian Bauman, the 7-hole hitter in this game, is homered as well today between the two games. And a favorable count here for the Brookdale designated hitter. And Tinoco deals. There's a strike. The pitch. Ripped in the hole, through for a base hit. On the shifted part of the infield, it's John Wade with a single to start things in the 6th. Right between Baldino and Sari, just a wide gap there on that side. So Brookdale's got something going here in the 6th. Wade aboard. Here's Bauman. 2-run home run in the 2nd inning. Walked and stole a base in the 4th. Ended up reaching 3rd. And was stranded there. And a meeting on the mound now with Coach Ball and Tinoco. And so he's going to take the ball from his right-hander. Danny DeMarco, who came on to finish Game 1, is coming on to relieve Tinoco here in Game 2. Danny DeMarco, who came on in the 7th inning of Game 1, gave up just the 1 run then. Now coming on here in the 6th inning of Game 2. John Wade aboard at first, and DeMarco deals strike to Christian Bauman. Lefty-on-lefty matchup here in the 6th. There is somebody else starting to throw in the Atlantic Cape bullpen now, just in case. That pitch way outside into the backstop past Solinsky, and easily in the 2nd is Wade. On the pass ball, so runner in scoring position now. Ball and a strike on Bauman. See how long DeMarco can go here in Game 2. Pitch. Chopped foul off the screen behind the plate. Keeping in mind, the Buccaneers played a doubleheader yesterday at Ocean County College, and they split that one with the Vikings. Playing doubleheaders in back-to-back days here in the season. Today's game makeup That one grounded to second. Baldino's got it. Throws over to first. Retires Bauman. Wade over to third on the ground ball. So runner on third now, one away. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. So Serrano's sitting down. It'll be William Wentz pinch hitting for Brookdale. So this will be Wentz first at bat. And one on, one out. Runner on third, so basic gives Brookdale a 4-0 lead. Time called on the field as the ball gets out of the Atlantic Cape bullpen down the left field line. DeMarco looking to work out of trouble. Infield playing back for the Buccaneers. Pitch to the dirt and to the backstop. Coming in to score is John Wade. It's 4-0 Jersey Blues. And the second pass ball of the inning allows Brookdale to expand their lead. And 1-0 the count on the pinch hitter, William Wentz. Hit to third. Suarez scoops it up, throws over to first, and a nice stretch by Corsi. Not a strong throw over to first by Suarez, and Corsi able to scoop it up for out number 2. Playing a nice first base today. Had game 1 off, but playing here in game number 2, and has made some impressive scoops and stretches over there at first to get some outs. Base is empty, 2 away. Action getting going in the Brookdale bullpen. It's continuing in the Atlantic Cape bullpen. Pitch to Colbert is upstairs, 1-0. Top of the 6th inning of game 2 of today's doubleheader. Brookdale winning game 1 5-1. It'll be a 1-0 from DeMarco. And that one tails low and in. DeMarco on in relief of Eduardo Tinoco here in the 6th inning. After Tinoco gave up the single to John Wade to start things. There's a strike. And then stolen base, pass ball. Wade scores. Bauman and the pinch hitter Wentz grounded out. That pitch inside to Colbert. 3-1 the count. Action now stopped in the Brookdale bullpen. It keeps going in the Atlantic Cape bullpen down the left field line. 3-1 to Colbert. And looked like it got by Selinsky. It looked like it may have hit him on the way by, but it's possible he got out of the way of that one. In any event, he's on first base with 2 away on the walk. So back to the top of the order now for Brookdale. Here's Nick Lavarco, who's struck out 3 times here in game 2, all against Eduardo Tinoco, of course. And the pitch. Hit into right field. Pass Baldino off the lip of the grass. Warner able to get to it right away and prevent Colbert from getting over to third. So a 2-out single for Lavarco. And a couple men on for Brookdale. So Colbert second on the single by Lavarco. Here's Marcus Johnson. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and stole a base in the 5th inning as well. DeMarco looking to keep it at 4-0. Pitch. That one low in the dirt. It'll be a 1-0. That one misses outside, breaking ball away. It's 2-0. First and second, 2 outs for Brookdale here in the top of the 6th. They've added 1 more run to make it 4-0. DeMarco checking the runners, now delivers. Strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-1 on Johnson. The 2-1 from DeMarco. Hit into center field. That's a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Colbert. Throw goes wide into third. Suarez picks it up. It's an RBI single for Marcus Johnson, and it's 5-0 Brookdale. Ending up on third on that base hit was Lavarco. So it's a single, and Johnson ends up on second on the throw. And it looks like we'll have another pitching change here in the sixth. DeMarco gets a couple outs, but can't get out of the inning as Coach Ball and Atlanta Cape make a pitching change here in the top of the sixth. Anthony Pietrangelo, the new pitcher for the Buccaneers. 2 on, 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. Brookdale's added some insurance runs, 2 more. They lead 5-0. And that pitch is outside to Joe Lamangino. Hit by a pitch and popped out to shortstop and to the pitching mound today. It'll be a 1-0. Pietrangelo deals outside. Good block there by Selinsky. Brookdale won Game 1 of today's doubleheader by a score of 5-1. They lead 5-0 here in Game 2. Popped up into left center field. Who's going to get it? It is Foreman who makes a catch, and that ends the threat here in the sixth. Pietrangelo does his job coming on in relief. Brookdale scores a couple more. They lead 5-0. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Bottom of the 6th inning, 5-0 Brookdale. And Buccaneers looking to get something going offensively here in the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Louis Sari, Gabe Zielinski, and Trace Warner. And Lasco deals outside. And the count 1-0. Sari reached on an E5 in the first inning, and then he popped out in the third. He's 0-2 here in game 2. Skied in the air outside of first, giving it a look towards the tarp. Did he make the catch? Yes! Nice catch by Ryan Cole for out number 1. Check it out on the replay. He was going towards the line. It was near the seats. And Cole following it all the way, tracks it, and makes a catch towards the dugout area and the tarp. And 1 away. Nice catch by the Brookdale first baseman. Here's Gabe Zielinski. He walked and flew out to right, or reached on an E9 rather, and this one, nice and easy play for Ryan Lasco, and there's quickly 2 away here in the 6th. And that'll send Trace Warner to the plate. Buccaneers just looking to get something, anything going here offensively today. Warner hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the first, flew out in the third. He pops that one off the screen behind the plate. Oh, and 1 on Warner. Pitch. Lasco deals outside 1-1. And Warner looks at strike 2. Lasco has been dealing today. Getting the ground balls, pop-ups, flyouts. Just a couple of strikeouts. But his defense has supported him strongly here in his outing. That one outside. Just some great pitching. Painting the corners. Working the Atlantic Cape hitters, getting them to hit some ground balls. Hit in the air to center. Coming over to make the, no! It's going to drop in for a base hit for Warner. Falls in between the center fielder Bauman and the right fielder Lavarco. Both are tracking toward catching that fly ball, and it falls in for a 2-out single. Check it out on the replay here. Looked like an easy fly out, and both outfielders for Brookdale had no idea where the other one was, and they stopped. So a 2-out single for Warner. Here's John Dempsey, singled in the second and struck out in the fourth. Hits it in the air to right field here in the 6th. And there's Lavarco for out number 3. So a quick inning for Lasco and Brookdale, and they lead 5-0 as we go to the 7th. We go to the top of the 7th inning here in Atlantic City. And a nice view of the Tropicana beyond the right center field wall. 5-0 Brookdale as we get going here in the 7th inning. First pitch from Pietrangelo, swung on a miss by Darius Troche. And it's 0-1. Troche walked in the first, singled in the third, and popped out to the catcher in the 5th. There's a strike. 0-2 on Troche. Homered in the 2nd inning of Game 1. Nice 2-run shot off the scoreboard in left center. Pietrangelo deals. Breaking ball hit into center. Caught by Sori on its way there. And there's one away here in the 7th. Nice catch by Louis Sori coming over and tracking it on what would have been a leadoff single. One away here is Ryan Cole. He's 0 for 3 here in Game 2. Pietrangelo. There's a strike. Pietrangelo came on in the 6th, got the final out after Danny DeMarco recorded a couple in relief of Eduardo Tinoco. And then back out here for the 7th. Deals up and away there. And the count 1-1 on the Brookdale first baseman. It'll be a 1-1. Breaking ball just missed. Had some good 12-6 action from Pietrangelo. And unable to get the plate. The 2-1. Gets the outside corner there, 2-2. Both teams playoff bound. It's just a matter of positioning. It looks like Brookdale may end up leapfrogging Atlantic Cape on the verge of sweeping a doubleheader here today. Swing and a miss. Pietrangelo powers a fastball by Cole, who stares at him. He's like, where did that come from? 2 away here in the 7th. And here's John Wade, singled and scored in the 2nd, grounded out in the 3rd, singled and scored and stole a base in the 6th. They had shifted him all 3 at-bats here in Game 2, now playing him normal depth are the Buccaneers infielders. Just playing back on the lip of the infield grass are Baldino and Sari at 2nd and short. Suarez just about there at 3rd, and Corsi playing about midway over at first base. Pitch outside, away there. Pietrangelo looking to retire the side in order here in the 7th and keep it at 5-0 and give his team a chance for a comeback in the bottom half. 2 7-inning contests, so this is the final inning. And it's been a struggle, to say the least, for the Buccaneers offensively in both games today. There's a strike. And you can counter some poor innings from a pitching standpoint as well. 5 runs allowed in Game 1, 5 more runs allowed here in Game 2. Wade drives it into shallow right. Coming on is Warner. It'll dump right in front of him. And Wade aboard with a 2-out single here in the 7th. So he's 3 for 4 here in Game 2. And had that big 2-run home run in the 7th inning of Game number 1 that provided Brookdale a 4-0 lead on the way to a 5-1 victory for him. 2 away, 1 on. Here is Christian Baumann. 2-run home run in the 2nd inning, a walk and a stolen base in the 4th, and a ground out in the 6th. That one swung on a miss. Brookdale showed the power today. 2 home runs in Game 1, another one here in Game 2. Pitch. Skied in the air. Shallow left now. Shortstop, sorry. Coming underneath to make the catch. And that'll do it. The Buccaneers have a rally in their bones. Last slick's coming up. They're down 5-0. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Back here in Atlantic City, bottom of the 7th we go. 5-0 Brookdale. Davey Suarez, Ethan Corsi, Ian Provenzano for the Buccaneers as Ryan Lasko deals outside, looking to finish what he started here and get a complete game shutout. In the first game, it was Rob Salvatore who threw a complete game for Brookdale, just giving up the 1 run in the bottom of the 7th in a 5-1 victory. Brookdale leading 5-0 here in the bottom of the 7th of Game 2. Suarez walked in the 2nd. He struck out swinging in the 4th. Infield playing back for Brookdale, just on the lip of the outfield grass. Pitch. Swing and a miss by Suarez on top of a fastball away. Outfield about normal depth for Brookdale. Pitch. Lasko powers a fastball in there for strike 2. 2-2 the count on the Buccaneers' third baseman. Brookdale pitching has been dominant in both games of the doubleheader today. Pitch. Hit into left field. It takes the friendly bounce, and Suarez aboard with a leadoff single here in the 7th. So leadoff man aboard for Atlantic Cape, and here's Ethan Corsi, struck out swinging in the 2nd and grounded out in the 4th. He's 0 for 2. Buccaneers need base runners and lots of them. They need 5 runs here in the 7th. Pitch, swing and a foul ball by Corsi. Suarez takes off for 2nd, but he's going to have to head back. He thought that was a pass ball. Or a ball dropped by Troche. Troche had a big home run in game number 1. Bauman a big home run in game 2. Wade a big home run in game 1. Power, speed, timely hitting, and base running for Brookdale. Won game 1 5-1. They were winning game 2 5-0. That one swung on a miss by Corsi. On the verge of a shutout. They've held Atlantic Cape to 5 hits, or check that, 6 hits now, 3 in each game, and just 1 run. Pitch from Lasko is outside. And good play by Troche behind the plate there. Provenzano on deck, and then things will return to the top of the order for the Bucks. Pitch outside. And then here's the offering, and that one looks fouled at the plate by Corsi to stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Suarez leading off of first. As the Buccaneers looking for a late game spark. Pitch. Called strike 3, and Corsi down looking. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th, and that'll bring up the left fielder Provenzano, who is 0 for 2 in game 2. He popped out to shortstop and grounded to second base today in game 2. Infield playing double play depth for Brookdale. Pitch. Hit into center field, it knuckles, and it's in there for a base hit. Throw to second, and late getting there, but in time to get to second base was Suarez, who was jogging into second base and nearly picked off in the process. So first and second now with 1 away. So 2 on, 1 out, top of the order now for Andrew Baldino. He's 0 for 3, a couple pop-ups and a strikeout. Swing and a miss, and Lasko powers a fastball. Baldino swings above it, it's 0-1. Nobody warming in the bullpen for Brookdale. Pitch in the dirt, good block by Troche. And it's 1-1 on the Buccaneers' second baseman. Runners lead first and second, one out. Lasco delivers. There's a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-2. Kevin Foreman is on deck for Atlantic Cape. And the 1-2. Hit into shallow right. Foul territory, making the catch is Cole, and there's two away. Buccaneers down to their final out.
Now batting, number 10, Kevin Foreman.
Kevin Foreman 1 for 3 here in Game 2. Had a single back in the first. Just 1 of 3 hits in Game 2 for the Buccaneers. 1 of 6 on the day between both games. And the pitch upstairs to Foreman, 1-0. Lasco looking to finish the game in the shutout. Throws to second and wide into center field. Both runners will move up. Second and third now, 2 away. On the overthrow from Lasco, trying to pick off Suarez. Suarez now on third. Provenzano to second. And a big RBI opportunity for Kevin Foreman here. Low. Getting into the heart of the order now for Atlantic Cape. Foreman's got to keep it going for the Buccaneers to make this comeback win. Brookdale looking to finish a shutout. Second and third, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th of Game 2. Catches the outside part of the plate, 2-1. It's everything if you want it if you're Brookdale. Just 1 pitcher used in Game 1, 1 so far here in Game 2. Pitch. Outside to Foreman. Louis Sari awaits on deck for the Buccaneers. Second and third, 2 outs. Pitch to Foreman. Hit foul towards the tarp. Cole couldn't get there that time. Made a nice catch earlier in the game, though. And this is it. Runners will go. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on. Runners second and third. Buccaneers trail 5-0. Here in Game 2 of today's doubleheader. They lost 5-1 in Game 1. Pitch. Swing and a miss! And Brookdale sweeps a doubleheader over Atlantic Cape. 5-1, 5-0. Dominant pitching by Brookdale. Great timely hitting. Power. Great defense. And Brookdale sweeps the doubleheader over the Buccaneers on the final day of the season as both teams look to head to the playoffs. Now it's just a matter of how things line up for playoff seeding and positioning, so stay tuned for all of that here in Region 19. For our entire crew here on BFA Sports, I am Vinna Benu. Thanks for joining us all here on Sunday afternoon for some baseball from Atlantic City. We'll talk to you soon.